The air is thick with the smell of sulfur and fear. Inside a cramped, muddy bunker, Lieutenant Labora watches through binoculars as his men are picked off like sitting ducks. The Germans have the numbers, the heavy machinery, and a death grip on the front lines. Labora is desperate. He needs a miracle, or at the very least, a sniper who doesn't miss. Little does he know, that miracle is currently sitting in the back of a dusty military truck, wondering if the war is always this loud. Meet Charon. He's not a decorated war hero or a high-ranking officer. He's just a man from Siberia who knows how to survive. As his truck rattles through an open field, the sky suddenly screams. A German plane dives out of the clouds, guns blazing, turning the transport into a graveyard in seconds. Most men would dive for the dirt and prey, but Charon? He just raises his rifle. With the calm of a man hunting deer back home, he tracks the soaring metal beast and pulls the trigger. One shot, one impossible calculated hit. The plane spirals out of the sky, leaving the surviving soldiers staring at Charon in absolute silence. They were looking for a soldier, but they found a ghost. When Labora hears rumors of a man shooting down a plane with a bolt-action rifle, he can't believe it. He's been begging for reinforcements, but high command tells him the cupboard is bare. When Charon finally walks into his base, Labora doesn't give him a medal. He gives him a test. 3 targets, narrow windows, and a demand for perfection. Charon doesn't just hit the targets, he strikes them with a precision that borders on the supernatural. Labora realizes right then that the tide of this battle has just shifted. He hands Charon a sniper rifle, the mark of a shark in a sea of minnows. But the war doesn't care about talent. Almost immediately, the base is rocked by heavy bombardment. The Germans aren't just firing shells, they're playing mind games. Over the loudspeakers, they promise safety if the Russians surrender. It's a lie, and everyone knows it. One soldier, driven mad by the pressure, jumps out to scream at the enemy. He's cut down by machine gun fire instantly. Another tries to save him and meets the same fate. The German machine gunners are perched like vultures, and Labora turns to his new secret weapon. He tells Charon he has exactly 7 seconds, the time it takes for those guns to reload. To end the nightmare, Charon doesn't blink. He waits for the silence between bursts, rises, and fires 3 shots. 3 machine gunners fall before they can even slot a new belt of ammo. On the other side of the field, a German master sniper named Schultz lowers his binoculars, his blood running cold. He was told the Russians were weak, but he just watched a phantom dismantle his front line in seconds. The game of cat and mouse has officially begun, and the stakes are nothing less than total annihilation. The tension reaches a breaking point when Labora receives intel that the plane Charon downed was nearly out of fuel, meaning there's a secret German base nearby. If the Germans finish their preparations, they'll launch a final assault that no one will survive. Charon is sent on a suicide mission: cross a minefield, find the hidden artillery, and take out Schultz. To keep him grounded, Labora hands Charon his own personal watch. It's a silent promise: bring it back or don't come back at all. Deep in the woods, the silence is more terrifying than the explosions. Charon and his partner Gurov move like shadows, but Schultz is no amateur. He's a predator who has spent his life in the brush. In a move of cold-blooded brilliance, Schultz leaves his post, waiting for the Russians to reveal themselves. When a Russian machine gunner opens fire, Schultz's partner takes the bait, but Charon is faster. He catches the glint of a lens and engages in a frantic close-quarters struggle that ends with a German body on the forest floor. Charon drags the prisoner back, extracting a name that sends shivers through the unit: Schultz. The man who never misses is still out there, and he's coming for Charon. The final act of this deadly play begins with a scout mission that goes horribly wrong. Schultz is waiting. He's a professional, picking off the Russian team one by one until only Charon is left, pinned down and bleeding. In the chaos of a landmine explosion, Charon is captured and brought before the German commander, von Rulich. They want him to be a puppet, to record a message in Russian telling his comrades to surrender. Charon agrees, but he has a trick of his own. He speaks in his native Siberian tongue, a language the Germans don't understand. To the captors, it sounds like compliance. To his friend Nikolai listening on the radio back at base, it's a detailed map of the Germans' heavy artillery and their plan for a final crushing blow. But even a message isn't enough. Charon knows the German tanks are coming, and there's only one way to stop them: the bridge. Escaping into the woods with the help of local resistance fighters, Charon is exhausted, out of ammo, and being hunted by Schultz. That's it. As the ground begins to shake from the weight of German steel, Charon takes his position. He spots a shape in the bushes: Schultz. The German sniper fires at what he thinks is Charon's head, but it's a decoy. In the ultimate moment of hunter becoming the hunted, Charon appears behind Schultz and ends the rivalry with a single final shot. Now, It's just Charon and the bridge. The tanks are rolling across, huge and unstoppable. Charon picks up Schultz's superior rifle, takes a breath that feels like an eternity, and aims at a mortar shell he rigged earlier under the structure. The world turns white. The explosion rips the bridge out from under the German army, plunging their hopes of victory into the icy river below. The German line collapses, their commander is captured, and the weak Russians stand victorious. Charon returns to the base, not as a ghost, but as a legend. He hands the watch back to Labora, a simple gesture that means more than any medal ever could. He survived the impossible, not through luck, but through the quiet, deadly patience of a man who knew exactly when to pull the trigger. It makes you wonder, in a world full of high-tech weapons and massive armies, is the most dangerous thing on the battlefield still just a single person with enough courage to stand their ground? If you were in Charon's shoes, trapped behind enemy lines with only 2 bullets left, would you have the nerve to take the shot, or would you wait for the end? Let me know in the comments what you would have done. Thanks for watching.